Science has given us many amazing inventions, from the light bulb to the internet. But some of the most groundbreaking discoveries were made by accident. In this video, we'll take a look at 10 of the most accidental scientific discoveries. From a sticky rubber to a cure for malaria, these inventions changed the world in ways we never could have imagined. But what's the most surprising discovery of all? It's the 9th one on our list. It's an invention that's so unexpected, it's hard to believe it's true. So what is it and how did it happen? Today, we're going to take a look at the top 10 unexpected scientific discoveries with the world's most astonishing W. Let's go. Number 10, the accidental invention of the nonstick pan. In the annals of scientific discovery, there are many stories of accidental innovation. The story of the nonstick pan is one of the most remarkable. In 1938, a chemist named Roy Plunkett was working for DuPont in New Jersey. He was experimenting with a new type of refrigerant when he accidentally created a new material called polytetrafluoroethylene, or PTI. TTF was a remarkable substance. It was nonstick, heat resistant, and chemically inert. Plunkett didn't know what to do with his new invention. He thought it might be useful for like wind gaskets or electrical insulation. But it wasn't until 1954 that PT was first used in a commercial product, a non-stick pan. The non-stick pan was an instant success. It made cooking easier and cleaner. It also helped to reduce the risk of food sticking to the pan and burning. The story of the non-stick pan is a reminder that sometimes the best inventions are the ones we don't plan for. It is also a testament to the power of serendipity. Number 9, the accidental invention of the microwave oven. It was a hot summer day in 1946 when Percy Spencer, an engineer at Raytheon, was working on a new type of radar. He was standing in front of a large magnetron, a device that generates microwaves, when he felt something strange in his pocket. He reached in and pulled out a chocolate bar, which was now melted. Spencer was intrigued. He began to experiment with microwaves, and soon he realized that they could be used to cook food quickly and easily. In 1947, he filed a patent for the microwave oven, and the rest is history. Spencer's invention has revolutionized the way we cook. Microwave ovens are now found in homes all over the world, and they are used to cook everything from popcorn to frozen dinners. Number 8, the accidental discovery of saccharin. So it was a dark and stormy night in Baltimore, Maryland. A young chemist named Konstantin Fallberg was working late in his laboratory when he made a discovery that would change the world forever. Fallberg was studying coal tar, a byproduct of the petroleum industry. He was trying to find a way to make it into a useful product. One day he was working late and he was so tired that he forgot to wash his hands before dinner. When he sat down to eat, he noticed that everything he ate tasted sweet. He was confused because he hadn't put any sugar on his food. He finally realized that the sweet taste was coming from his hands. Fallberg rushed back to his laboratory and examined the coal tar he had been working with. He discovered that it contained a new substance that was very sweet. He named the substance saccharin, and he soon patented it. Saccharin was a huge success. It was much cheaper than sugar, and it was also calorie-free. It quickly became popular as a sweetener in food and beverages. Of course, saccharin wasn't without its critics. Some people believe that it was harmful to health. However, saccharin has been used safely for over 100 years. The discovery of saccharin is a classic example of how accidents can lead to great discoveries. Fallberg was simply trying to make a useful product from coal tar, but he ended up creating a sweetener that would change the way the world eats. Number 7, the accidental invention of super glue. It was a dark and stormy night in the year 1942 when a young chemist named Harry Coover was working in his lab at Eastman Kodak. He was experimenting with a new type of clear adhesive when he accidentally spilled a drop of it onto his hand. To his surprise, the adhesive bonded to his skin immediately, and he was unable to remove it. Coover was initially dismayed by his discovery, but he soon realized that it could have potential applications. He began to experiment with the adhesive, and he eventually developed a version that was strong enough to hold together even the most delicate materials. Coover's invention, which he named superglue, was an instant success. It quickly became a staple in households and businesses around the world, and it is still used today in a wide variety of applications. Number 6, the accidental discovery of X-rays. In the year 1895, a German physicist named Wilhelm Röntgen was experimenting with a cathode ray tube. He had covered the tube with black paper to block out the light, but he noticed a strange glow coming from a nearby piece of paper coated in barium platinocyanine. Rontgen was puzzled, but he was also intrigued. He began to experiment with different materials and settings, and he soon discovered that he could produce this glow by passing an electric current through a vacuum tube. He named this new phenomenon X-rays because he did not know what it was. Rontgen's discovery was a major breakthrough in science. It allowed doctors to see inside the human body without surgery, and it led to the development of many other medical technologies. X-rays are still used today in a wide variety of applications, including medicine security and manufacturing. Rontgen's discovery was also a testament to the power of serendipity. He was not looking for X-rays, but he was open to the possibility of unexpected results. This willingness to explore new ideas led to one of the most important scientific discoveries of the 19th century. Number 5, the accidental invention of the heart pacemaker. In the world of science, there are many inventions that were made by accident. The story of the heart pacemaker is one such tale. In the 1950s, a young engineer named Wilson Greatbatch was working on a device to record heart rhythms. One day, he accidentally installed a 1 milliohm resistor instead of a 1 megohm resistor. Small mistake had a big impact. The resistor caused the device to emit a small electrical pulse that was delivered to the heart. Greatbatch was surprised to see that the pulse caused the heart to beat. He realized that this could be used to treat people with heart problems. Greatbatch worked for years to develop a practical heart pacemaker. In 1960, he implanted the first pacemaker in a patient. The patient, 77-year-old man with a serious heart condition, lived for 18 months after the surgery. The heart pacemaker is now a common medical device that has saved millions of lives. It is a true testament to the power of serendipity. Number 4, the accidental discovery of radio astronomy. In the early 1930s, a young engineer named Carl Jansky was working at Bell Labs when he made a curious discovery. He was trying to track down the source of static interference in long-distance radio transmissions, and he found that it was coming from the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Jansky's discovery was a major breakthrough in astronomy. It showed that stars and other celestial objects emit radio waves, which can be used to study them in ways that are impossible with visible light. In the years since Jansky's discovery, radio astronomy has revolutionized our understanding of the universe. It has led to the discovery of pulsars, quasars, and other exotic objects. It has also helped us to learn more about the formation and evolution of galaxies and stars. The story of radio astronomy is a classic example of how scientific discovery can come from the most unexpected places. It is a testament to the power of curiosity and the importance of open-minded thinking. Number 3, the accidental invention of texting. It was a dark and stormy night in 1984. A group of engineers at the British Telecom Research Centre in London were working late, testing a new mobile phone system. They were trying to send a text message to each other, but something went wrong. The message went to the wrong person. The engineer who received the message was named Neil Papworth. He was surprised to receive a message on his phone, and even more surprised to see that it was from a colleague. He replied with a simple message: "Merry Christmas." Papworth's message was a major breakthrough. It showed that it was possible to send text messages between mobile phones. This was a revolutionary discovery, and it would eventually change the way we communicate. Texting quickly became a popular way to stay in touch. It was cheaper than calling, and it was easier to use. Texting was also a great way to send quick messages, like "I'm running late" or "I'm on my way." Today, texting is one of the most common ways to communicate. It is used by people of all ages, from young children to grandparents. Texting has made it easier for people to stay in touch no matter where they are. Number 2, the accidental invention that changed the world. In the summer of 1941, a Swiss engineer named George de Mestral was walking his dog in the Alps when he noticed that both he and his dog were covered in burrs. He took a closer look and realized that the burrs were covered in tiny hooks that had caught on the loops of his clothing and his dog's fur. Mestral was intrigued by the mechanism of the burrs, and he began experimenting with ways to create his own hook and loop fastener. It took him 10 years to perfect his invention, but in 1955, he was granted a patent for Velcro, a name that is a combination of the French words for velvet and hook. Velcro was an instant success, and it quickly became a ubiquitous part of our lives. It is used in everything from clothing and shoes to medical devices and spacesuits. The story of Velcro is a reminder that even the most accidental discoveries can have a profound impact on the world. Number won the accidental discovery that changed the world. In 1839, a young man named Charles Goodyear was working in his laboratory in Connecticut. He was trying to find a way to make rubber more durable and resistant to heat. One day, he accidentally spilled a mixture of rubber, sulfur, and lead over a hot stove. To his surprise, the mixture hardened into a tough, flexible material that was unaffected by heat or cold. Goodyear had discovered vulcanization, a process that makes rubber stronger and more durable. His invention revolutionized the rubber industry and had a profound impact on the world. Rubber tires were soon being used on carriages, bicycles, and even cars. They made transportation safer and more efficient, and they helped to usher in the age of the automobile. Goodyear's story is a reminder that sometimes the most important discoveries are made by accident. He was a determined and innovative scientist who never gave up on his dream of finding a way to make rubber more useful. His invention changed the world and made it a better place. Okay, and so ends our journey through the world of accidental inventions. It is a strange and wonderful place where the laws of physics and chemistry can be bent and broken by the simplest of accident. We have seen how a scientist's carelessness led to the discovery of X-rays, how a cook's mistake led to the invention of the microwave oven, and how a dog's habit led to the development of Velcro. These inventions are a reminder that sometimes the best things in life are the ones we don't expect. So next time you're in the lab or in the kitchen or just out for a walk, keep your eyes open for the unexpected. You never know what you might discover. P.S. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions for future episodes, please let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.